Believers, it's your pal Spider-Man, and we're back for another shaving video. I've gotten a lot of cool things in the mail. Not a lot, but a few. Got some CBL Tonsorial soap. I got in all of his new scents, and just kind of going through them. I've used a Garwood Mineral and Barber's Chair so far. Both were really nice scents. Today we're going to be using Bergamot and Lemon. There's other stuff in here. I didn't look up the scent notes, but there's other stuff besides Bergamot and Lemon. So it's not just a citrusy scent. There's some other stuff in the background. I think maybe it's got some, I don't remember, it's like some sandalwood or some sort of earthy elements in it. It smells really good. For some reason, I find that I get better lather out of my CBL soaps when I use synthetic over Badger. So I'm going to be using my TSC anniversary brush made by Eric Sorrentino on the shaving cadre. And we're just gonna go to it. So I like to go in with a little bit of a wet brush and start lathering, but it's not really doing much right now, so I know I need to add a little bit more water. So the way I kind of have been doing it for loading purposes, I just put a little bit of water directly into the tub until it gets to be about the right consistency and it starts loading the way I want, and then I'll probably add more water to the brush as I am face lathering. There we go. So now we're starting to come together a little bit more. We're getting a little bit more lather in the brush, which is what I want. So you may notice I did cut my hair a little bit, chopped off a good couple inches, maybe a little bit more, about a week or so ago. Just getting a little bit too long. It's hitting the roof of the car. Speaking of cars, I know I mentioned this on the cadre, but haven't gone into a ton of details because it's been a stressful week for me. I did hit 2 deer with my car. I was coming up over a hill. There's this, right as I leave my house, there's this country highway I get on, and there's a valley. I was coming up out of the valley. It smells really, really good. The citrus is starting to come out a little bit more in the lather than it was off the puck. Really nicely balanced, so I like this a lot. Kind of hard to describe, it's just nice. So definitely need some more water in the brush, so I just kind of drip some in there a little bit at a time until I get it where I want it. Anyways, right as I was coming up out of the valley over the hill, probably going about 55 miles an hour up the hill, I spotted 2 deer in the lane right in front of me. So I started slowing down. They went off to the side of the road, and right as I got next to them, I saw that there were 2 more on the other side that were about to cross, or it didn't look like they were about to cross, but as soon as I got to them, they both jetted right out in front of me. It looked like it was a doe and 3 fawns. A little bit older, they weren't like babies. But yeah, hit the doe and one of the fawns right at the same time. It didn't do a lot of damage initially. What I thought, got out, looked at it, pause, because I'm going to be using my Blackline Vector for the shave. It's been a while since I've used the Vector, so kind of wanted to get it out again. I know a lot of people have been talking about it recently on the cadre. We've been having some discussions about what's your favorite razor, and a lot of people do say that the Vector is their favorite. So it's been a while since I've used it. I don't know how many shaves are on this blade, but it is a Feather Pro. So anyways, right when I hit the deer, I stopped, got out, looked at the vehicle. A lot of what looked like cosmetic damage. The grill was bent in, headlight was smashed, quarter panels were a little bit dented, bent up in a couple places, but it looked like it was all cosmetic. Now that it didn't look like there was a ton of damage, I was probably going less than 40. I probably slowed down to about 35 or 40 miles an hour when I hit him. So I didn't hit them hard enough to kill them, I don't think. They did go off into the ditch on either side, and when I came back from work, they were not there. So I assume that they were all right and they got up. And your deer are pretty hardy when it comes to that. I've heard lots of stories about them getting hit by cars and then just getting up and walking away later. As long as you don't break their legs, they should be fine. Anyways, you know, I looked around. There's a few pieces of plastic that had broken off on the road, so I went and picked those up. But nothing was leaking, nothing was dripping out of the vehicle. It looked like it was pretty well drivable, so continued on to work. Contacted the insurance company, and they said because my headlight was out, it was undrivable. So they gave me a rental car, which was nice. And then they sent a tow truck to come pick up my car, even though it was drivable. Technically drivable, but they didn't consider it. So they picked it up, they towed it, then they had the assessor look at it, and they determined that there was too much damage and it would cost too much to fix, so they totaled it. Now, after I got to work, I did look at it. The grill was pushed underneath the hood slightly, and I thought I could just pull it back out, but when I reached in and grabbed, it was metal that was crunched in and not just a plastic. So the box that goes around the engine was like bent in and crunched a bit. I could see some of the metal was warped, so that probably would have taken a lot of time to get it back to ensure proper structural integrity and all that good stuff. And I did notice when I opened up the passenger side door, it was rubbing on the front corner panel, so it had bent in quite a bit. So I'm waiting on a settlement check from my insurance company right now. I did buy a new vehicle, but I'm waiting on my settlement check to be part of my down payment, so I can't actually pick it up yet until I get that. I had a Honda Pilot, and I really liked that car, but ended up getting a Dodge Caravan. Dodge Grand Caravan. It's a 2012, so it's 3 years newer than my Pilot was. It was an 09. But I think it's going to be a better vehicle for my family. I know the boys, if they were needing to climb into the back seat, they literally would have to climb over the second row bench seat to get into the third row of my Pilot, because the seats do fold down, but they're not really super convenient for accessing the back. You still got to climb on the back of it. But the Caravan has captain's chairs, captain's seats, whatever you want to call them, in the second row. So there is a little aisle that they will be able to use to get back to that third row now. It's got it's a little bit fancier than my car too. It's a RT model, which is one of the higher end models of the Caravan group, and It's got leather seats, it's got a backup camera, it's got a DVD player in the back. So a bunch of bells and whistles on it that I'm not used to having, but in the end, I think it'll end up being a good car for us. The seats fold flat, and there's tons of storage. Once the seats are folded, if I need to move anything, which is one thing that I really like about my Pilot, because I could fold my seats down and fit a whole bunch of stuff in there, and everybody was always amazed how much I could fit in my Pilot. My buddy's got a truck, and he's like, you can fit more in your Pilot than I can fit in my truck. And I think actually the Caravan with its seats folded down is gonna have more actual space for stuff if I were like moving and needed to fit a whole bunch of stuff in there. So hopefully I get my settlement check today, and if so, I can go pick up my car. If I don't get it today, then most likely it's gonna be Monday. I was really hoping to have it today. My twins are having their birthday this upcoming week, so we are kind of celebrating this weekend with them. We're thinking about going to the city or something. My rental is a 2018, I think, Ford Ranger. I guess they just brought them back. It's a pretty nice vehicle, but it doesn't have a ton of room in it. It's got seating for 5. I know one thing my son wants to get for his birthday is a new shotgun. He's in a trap league with FFA and school. And right now he, when he first got into it, he got a 20 gauge, and now he wants to get a 12 gauge. So I know a lot of people have been giving him money for his birthday, and that's what he wants to use his money for, is to buy a new gun. Just getting some touch up here. Soap's plenty slick. I didn't really talk too much about the Tonsorial soap, but it's really good stuff, really slick. And while it doesn't have super great post-shave feel, like it's not, it doesn't make your skin feel super moisturized. It just leaves your skin feeling perfect, like the way your skin should feel, the way you want your skin to be. Not dry, not super moisturized. So it's like, I know a lot of the more expensive soaps really have a lot of oils and butters and whatnot that get left over on your skin, which makes them feel really moisturized. And I know some people go without using aftershave because they have those, and their skin does feel so good when they're done. I mean, my skin feels just perfectly fine right now. But me being an aftershave guy, I still want to use my aftershave. So, get my brush cleaned out. And go to one of my other newest things, which is Alchemist Aftershave by Southern Witchcrafts. I'm actually going to do a little splash of witch hazel first, which might be a little bit redundant because Southern Witchcrafts First ingredient is witch hazel. So it doesn't have alcohol as its base. It has witch hazel as its base, which witch hazel is like 14% alcohol. So there's a little teeny bit of alcohol in here, but only from the witch hazel. But oh man, this stuff smells amazing. I didn't get it at first. I was very curious when it first came out, but it's hard for me to tell what a soap is going to smell like based on the scent notes, and I was on the fence, and then I read someone's review, and they said they loved everything about it except for the scent, and that kind of killed it for me, and decided to not get it. Later on, I did get a few of their other scents, and I did like them, and thought I needed to give it a try, so I bought a little sample of the soap and used it, and really just fell in love with the scent. To me, it's the best scent they have out of the whole Southern Witchcraft's line. I've got a few of their soaps, but I decided to only get the Alchemist aftershave, and I think their aftershave, the Alchemist aftershave, pairs well with their entire soap line. So pretty much, if I'm using any Southern Witchcraft soap, I'm going to be using the Alchemist aftershave because I love it so much. And I went all in and also got the Eau de Parfum, which is only alcohol and fragrance, and it is the same great scent that the aftershave is, and I just love this stuff. So I bought a couple bottles of each, and I think that is going to be a permanent part of my den forever and ever. One of my top 5 scents, hands down, one of my top 5 scents. I just love the smell of this. I can't really describe it. To me, it just smells great. It's exactly what I was looking for in a scent. I've tried doing the Vespers and the Hallows and a few others, like the Barrister Man scents, and because they got the colognes with them. And for one reason or another, they're just not favorites of mine. One that I do really like is the Fougere Gothique. And I do love that one too. It's kind of in that same ballpark as this one, but that one is so expensive. It's out of stock right now, but like a 50 ml cologne is like $100. And I know that stuff lasts a long time, and it's very strong. I did get a little sample at one point, and that stuff is very strong. So I know like you're only gonna need like one spray of it. When it gets back in stock, I may look at getting it. I'm gonna have to sell a few things first to afford it, but we'll see about that road when we get there, because it's been out of stock for a while, and they're supposed to be bringing it back, but don't know when that's going to be. But this, the Southern Witchcrafts, is much more affordable, and it's in that same ballpark, so not as good as the Fougere Gothique, but for the price point, it's a much better alternative for me. Anyways, I'm rambling. So that's my shave today. Feeling really good. I did want to say this aftershave, being alcohol free, so to speak, except for the witch hazel, full of lots of other good stuff. Witch hazel, water, aloe, polysorbate, which is probably a preservative, fragrance, glycerin, and vitamin E. So really good stuff for your skin. I'm usually not a fan of aftershave milks and alcohol-free products. I do kind of like the sting of the alcohol and the way it makes me feel, but this stuff feels great too. So I'll forgive it for not having alcohol in it. I just can't get enough of this scent though. I'm going to be smelling myself all day long. Anyways, that was the shave for today. Good shave with effector. Didn't really talk too much about it. It's just a great shave. It's very smooth. Everything about it was good. Well worth the price. I know it costs a lot to get, but this is hands down the best feather AC style single edge razor you will find. It's so smooth, so good. It looks a bit awkward. The handle's thin, but it just works. Like, I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did, and hands down, this is the best single edge feather AC style razor that I have. I could probably get rid of all of the other ones that I have, which is only 2, but probably get rid of one and keep one of the other ones, but I don't see any need to get any other new AC style razors after this one. So that's my spiel on that. And with that, we'll wrap this up, and we'll see you guys again later as soon as I get a chance to do another video. Usually I'm getting these out about every 2 weeks. Hopefully I can figure out a way to get them done a little bit more often than that. But we'll see you when we see you. Check us out on theshavingcadre.com and join us on that forum. And I'm there every day, so check me out there. We got lots of things going on. There's a brand new PIF going on, which is a pay it forward. If you're a lurker, if you're a new member, go in, sign up for the PIF. Lots of good stuff. We're giving it away and trying to encourage people to join the site. So if you're on the fence about joining, go join now. Sign up for the PIF. All you got to do is make a few posts within a month or so, and you'll be qualified for it. Dave is real generous in what he's given for that. And I know a lot of other people have stepped up and donated stuff as well. There's only a few people in it, so you got a pretty good chance of winning something. And I think there might even be multiple winners in it. I don't know, but go check it out. And we'll see you guys on the forum later. Bye.